This video is brought to you by Squarespace, a platform for building your online presence and selling your products all in one place. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with another exciting tutorial. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to crochet this very beautiful and elegant orchid flowers in a very simple and easy way to follow. Recently, I see orchid flowers everywhere on my Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, so I decided to try making one with crochet, and it turned out really cute and it didn't take me that much time. So I decided to make a tutorial on how to make them so that you guys can also follow and make your own crochet orchid flowers and use them for necklace, keychains, or in any way that you like. Before we begin, I want you to take a look at my very cute and professional looking website that I made with Squarespace. Squarespace has very modern and stylish designs, plus their tools are very easy to use and to customize according to what you like. So if you're someone who want to take your online business more seriously, building your own website is a very good first step, and you can easily do that with Squarespace quickly and efficiently. And by the time you have finished designing your website, it is already optimized for mobile view to make sure that your site looks smooth and stylish from any device. Another feature that I really like, especially for those who want to sell their products or services online, is the invoicing. You can send clean and professional invoices right from your site. All you need to do is fill in your customers' details and it is ready to go. It makes running a small business feel very smooth and efficient. On top of that, Squarespace also offers other type of documents like proposal contracts that you might need for your business. You can start with a free trial, and if you're ready, go to squarespace.com/chubbiesbyash to get 10% off your first purchase of a domain or a website. Now let's start our tutorial. These are the materials you're gonna need. These are the crochet abbreviations. These are the two colors that I'll be using in this video. I'm gonna start with this light blue color and a 2.5mm hook to make the outer layer of the flower. We're gonna start with the magic ring. To make a magic ring, wrap the yarn around your two fingers to get that X shape at the bottom. And at the top, bring the back loop into the front and make chain 1. That's how I usually make magic ring. So now I have already made chain 1, and I'm gonna make 10 more chains. As in the pattern above, we have to make 11 chains. After making 11 chains, we're gonna start from the second chain from the hook. Insert your hook into that second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet. Insert your hook into the next chain and make another single crochet. Just like that, you have to make 1 single crochet into each chain, and at the end you're gonna get 10 single crochets. Now I have finished making 10 single crochet, and just like in the pattern above, you have to make 1 slip stitch into the magic ring like this. So we have finished making the base for our first petal, and you have to repeat what we did for 2 more times to get 3 pieces like this in total. So just like the pattern above, make 11 chains, 10 single crochet. At the end, make 1 slip stitch into the magic ring and start again. I finished making 3 pieces in total. This is how it looks like. Now pull the yarn tail in the center tightly to close the magic ring, and it will look like this. So we have finished round 1, and we're gonna start round 2, where we will go around into each and every stitch that we made in round 1. To start round 2, make chain 1 first, and insert your hook into that lower loop of the chain that we started with in round 1. Insert into the very first chain that you see at the base. I'm gonna show you one more time. After making chain 1, just insert your hook into that lower loop of the chain that you are seeing. And when you're about to crochet, place that yarn tail over your hook so that it is buried under the stitches. After that, you have to make 1 single crochet. Mark the stitch with a stitch marker. After that, go into the next chain, and this time you have to make 1/2 double crochet, just like in the pattern above. Make 1/2 double crochet, and after that you have to make another half double crochet. After 2 half double crochet, we have to make 4 double crochets. So make 1 double crochet into each stitch for 4 times. Now we are finished making 4 double crochets, and just like in the pattern above, you have to make 2 half double crochets again. After 2 half double crochets, in the last stitch, make 1 single crochet. So now we have finished the right side of the petal, and this is how it looks like. Now we are going to the right side of the petal and just repeat what we did. You have to start with the very first single crochet that you see. This is the stitch that we are gonna start with, and before that, like in the pattern, you have to make 2 chains. After that, into that very first stitch, make 1 single crochet, and after that make 2 half double crochets. Here we are basically repeating what we did in the right side. After 2 half double crochets, make 4 double crochets. After 4 double crochets, you have to make 2 half double crochets again. After 2 half double crochets, in the last stitch, you have to make 1 single crochet. So now we have finished our very first petal, and this is how it looks like. Now you have to do the same, repeat what we just did with another petal as well. So just like we did before, we're gonna start with the lower loop of the chain at the base. This time we're gonna skip the slip stitch that we did earlier. We will go directly into that lower loop of the first chain that you see. This is where we're gonna start in the third petal and repeat according to the pattern written above. This is how it looks like at the end. And here you can just cut the yarn or make a slip stitch into the very first stitch that we marked with a stitch marker and cut the yarn. You can also cut the yarns that we buried under the stitches when we first started. And this is how our large petal looks like. With this dark blue color, I'm gonna make 2 inner petals that will sit above the large petal. You have to start with the magic ring as well. After making the magic ring, make 9 chains. You have to start with the second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet. Make 1 single crochet into each stitch, each chain, and at the end you will get 8 single crochets. After 8 single crochet, make 1 slip stitch into the magic ring. And we're gonna repeat that for 1 more time. When you have got 2 pieces like this, you can pull the yarn in the center to close the magic ring. And this is how it looks like. Just like before in the first large petal, we're gonna crochet into the lower loops of the chain and go around the base petals. So insert your hook into that lower loop of the first chain that you see. Bring the yarn tail over your hook and make 1 single crochet. Mark the first single crochet with a stitch marker. Make 1 half double crochet into the next chain. After that, you have to make 4 double crochets into each chain. After 4 double crochets, make 1 half double crochet into the next chain. After that, into the last chain, make 1 single crochet. So now we just repeated all the pattern in the bracket above for once for this right side. So we're gonna repeat it again in the left side as well. So you have to start with 1 single crochet again. This is the beginning of the pattern. After that, you have to make 1 half double crochet. And then you have to make 4 double crochets. After 4 double crochets, make 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then in the last stitch, make 1 single crochet. So now we have repeated the pattern for 2 times, and we're gonna repeat it for 2 times for another petal, the second petal as well. And this time you have to skip that slip stitch in the middle, go directly into that lower loop of the first chain that you see. Follow the pattern above, repeat it for 2 times just like we did with the first one. This is how it looks like at the end of round 2, and I'm gonna add one more round, round 3. For this round 3, I'm gonna switch to 3mm hook because I want this petal to be relaxed and loose. If I continue using 2.5mm, it will be quite small and the petal will not be as relaxed or loose as I want it to be. You can also use a 4mm hook if you don't have 3.5, and if you don't have any of these, you can also continue using 2.5, but I suggest that you control your attention so that the stitches are quite loose. We're gonna start round 3 from that stitch that we marked with the stitch marker. Skip every stitch in the middle, go directly into that stitch that we marked, and you have to make 1 slip stitch. You can also mark that slip stitch with a stitch marker again. Go into the next stitch and make another slip stitch. After making 2 slip stitches, you have to make 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Make another double crochet into that same stitch. So we just made one double crochet increase. Make another double crochet increase in the next stitch, and in the next stitch again make another double crochet increase. So just like in the pattern above, we made 3 double crochet increases. After that, you have to make 1 double crochet in the next stitch. In the next stitch, make 1 half double crochet. After that, in the next stitch, make 1 single crochet. And after that, make 2 chains. Make 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And in the next stitch, make 1 half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, make 1 double crochet. And then in the next 3 stitches, make 1 double crochet increase into each. After 3 double crochet increases, make 1 slip stitch each into next 2 stitches. I feel like I'm talking tongue twisters. Anyway, we have finished making our first petal, and this is how it looks like. So now we're gonna repeat the same thing in this petal as well. Just follow the pattern above and repeat everything we did. To start the second petal, go into the next stitch directly that you see and start out with the slip stitches as in the pattern and repeat the rest. This is how it looks like at the end, and now we're gonna cut the end, leaving quite a long tail. Using a light blue color again, and this time a 2.5mm hook, we're gonna do the mini petal in the center. You have to start with the magic ring again. After making the magic ring, you have to make 4 chains. Start from the second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet. Go into the next chain, make 1 single crochet and make another single crochet in the last chain. After 3 single crochets, make 1 slip stitch into the magic ring. And we're gonna repeat that for 1 more time. So now we have got 2 mini petals, and this time you have to make 3 chains and make 2 single crochet. At the end, make 1 slip stitch into the magic ring. And we're gonna repeat that for 1 more time. When you are finished, pull the yarn tightly to close the magic ring and you can cut the yarn. So now we have finished everything we need to crochet and we're ready to assemble the petals to form into flower. I'm gonna use this tiny darning needle, and first I'm gonna go to that 3 pieces petal and sew the opposite stitches of these 2 petals together. As of now, I think they are quite far apart, these 2 petals. I want them to be a little bit closer, so I'm sewing the 2 or 3 opposite stitches together like you're seeing right now. If you don't want to do it, you can skip this step. So now the 2 petals are pretty close to each other. This is the shape that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna stop here and weave in the end. For this petal, we're gonna bring this yarn tail at the back into the center so that it is ready to sew together with other pieces. After sewing these 2 pieces together, I'm just gonna hide the yarn tail and cut the yarn completely. For the last center mini petal, I'm just gonna glue it in the middle. We're gonna hide the yarn tails first for this mini piece. After gluing, I'm gonna secure it with the pins and leave it to dry. So the one that I just did is something that doesn't need coloring. For those who wants to add some colors, these are the ways that I use to color my crochet pieces. You can use some of the coloring tools that you already have at home. Here I'm using my pink eyeshadow palette and my makeup brush. I suggest that you build up the color little by little by bringing a small amount of eyeshadow each time to get a nice blend. You can also try out with a liquid blush if you have one. For this piece, I used that liquid blush that I showed earlier from Orchid House and it turned out really nice. Another thing you can use is wine pastels. They are actually quite cheap and very accessible. So I suggest that you try out with these ones too. You reuse them in another projects as well. For this yellow flower that you will see in my thumbnail, I used white petals, yellow and orange shape. For these mini pieces, some of you might wonder how I did them. I just used the same pattern, but I used very small yarn. This is very thin mohair yarn. I used it with, I think this is 1.5mm hook. The text on the hook went away with time. I think it is 1.5, it's very small, and look at these pieces, they turn out really small and really cute. When you are finally finished painting and assembling, you can accessorize with the paws or the mini charms that you have at home to make them look extra beautiful and elegant. So this is the end of our tutorial. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope this video was easy and simple enough for you to follow. You can also leave comments down below if you want to ask me any questions. And we will see each other again in the next tutorials. Bye bye and happy crocheting!